Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing?
Let me flip it around. Maybe you guys can take a look here. Let me know if you guys see it. Actually, there's two things. First change being that we are now running our mesh filter. No more bullshit restrictive filter. No, all joking aside, this filter was really good. It was the only one that I could find that would fit that's black, because I didn't want like a big red filter in a black and blue engine bay. So yeah, I had to cut off this tab right here. It looks just like this. Cut it off, kind of tapped it in, and then this the Speed Tech filter would actually fit. But we are now swapping over to this mesh filter. It is so much louder. Second change, I added this. I don't know, I bought a Cricut machine and kind of went crazy with it. I also printed out the Instagram logos for the side of the car. Got it in vinyl that matches the paint color, so I think that looks pretty good. I initially had it in white and had it on this side of the window. I'll put up a picture here, but I think it looks better like that. You guys would have already known both of those things if you follow my Instagram, which is linked down here. Hopping right into today's video, we're gonna be doing some sound clips today, answering some of your guys' questions. And you guys will get a sneak peek at next week's video, which I'm fixing something that is potentially pretty dangerous if not fixed. I've been hit up probably the most to get some sound clips about this thing. So let's go out, let's go do some driving. I'm gonna go around a local lake around here, get some sound clips, get some in the engine bay, get some near the exhaust, and kind of throw it all together, see if it turns out. Won't really be much talking in these clips. Kind of just want to ASMR the turbo sounds. Hopefully those audio clips turned out all right. I kept having to reset the microphones for whatever reason. They kept disconnecting, but before hopping into the Q&A, I did want to go over what I was talking about for next week's video. There's a little hint here. It has something to do with the wastegates and the wastegate lines. It could be a pretty serious safety issue if not looked at and not taken care of, so I just want to kind of bring awareness to that. Do a little Q&A real quick. Yeah, today's sort of a filler video, I guess you could say. Not really much going on in terms of like mods. Just waiting on some stuff that I ordered for next week's video, but I asked you guys on Instagram, got a whole bunch of responses on questions you guys wanted. I'm just gonna make it fair and do the first 10 that I looked at. Some of the questions were repeated, so I'm gonna skip over the duplicates, but the first 10 here, starting off with number 1. What's another car that I would get? There are a few other cars that I would get besides this one. They're all sort of out of budget though. One that's in budget that I didn't get over this one was the 8Y RS3, the new RS3. At the time they were still locked, and I had an order for one with a purple color, but kind of got fucked over by that Audi dealer, so that didn't end up working out, so I got this one instead. But yeah, 8Y RS3 would be another car that I would consider over this. A TTRS. There's obviously a few exotics that I would get, but those are out of budget at this time. Hood exit. When will I be doing a hood exit? I will be doing a hood exit in the next year, I can tell you that. I'm working on the logistics of getting a daily so I can stop daily driving this thing. Once I'm not dailying this thing, there's no reason to not do a hood exit. So yeah, so that should be coming rather soon. The hood exit project is something that I want to undertake with my little brother. He's in welding school, so I want to have him do the fabrication for the hood exit, which I think would be pretty cool to collaborate on. What else do we got here? How much have you spent in mods? That is for a future video. I do want to go over that. I have a running list. It's not pretty at all. I do have a running list though, listing out every single penny I've spent on this car besides like gas and stuff. But even down to every oil change, I have every single penny laid out, and it is not pretty. It's really eye-opening. Another question we got is BM3 or MHD for the tuning software. I'd say at this time, MHD is superior. I've always had MHD, so I can't speak necessarily to a personal experience I've had with BM3 to just be completely straightforward. But everyone that I know that did have BM3 has now switched over to MHD for various reasons. The integration with Motive is much higher on MHD. To my knowledge, EcuTech and MHD are the only ones that have integration with Motive as far as safeties go, which makes a huge difference when tuning higher horsepower cars. If you're just going for off the shelf, I don't think it really matters between the big three. MG Flasher, MHD, and BM3, they all offer OTS maps that would do pretty much the same thing. And if you ever plan on pushing the car further, just get on one platform and stick with it. I recommend MHD. That's what I've always had. I've never had any issues with it. Would you say switching over from a 2024 Lexus to a used BMW M240i, that's a 2023, would be a good idea? I personally think so. I can't think of a Lexus, even a 2024 Lexus that I would choose over this. In terms of, I guess it just depends on your daily use for it. Will it be a daily driver, or you just want it as a fun weekend car? But I'm a little biased, as you can tell. I would choose the M240. What tools should a beginner get that they can keep in their apartment with limited space? Let me think really quick on a good list. I'll give you 5. First and foremost, I'd say jack and jack stands. We'll make that 1. Jack and jack stands is number 1. Number 2, get a good general set of hand tools. Like I think they make like mechanic set, like 200 or 300 piece mechanic sets. It has 1/2 inch, 3/8, and 1/4 inch ratchets and sockets and stuff. Number 3 would be a good set of screwdrivers. We'll say screwdrivers and picks in the same one. So that's number 3. Number 4, I'm gonna go torque wrench. I think people really undervalue the usage of a torque wrench, and not enough people use it. Number 5, I'm torn on. I would say either a good set of Allen keys or Torx bits, depending on the car that you're primarily working on. I'd say either those or get like an OBD2 scanner. So you can diagnose stuff and you don't have to go up to the parts store to do that. You can get cheap versions of all this stuff. You could probably get everything I just mentioned for under 500 bucks. Yeah, those are gonna be the top 5 that I'm thinking of off the top of my head, unless I'm completely overlooking something. Who did my garage lighting? I did the garage lighting myself. I got this kit off of Amazon, as well as the hangers off of Amazon. And I just wired it up myself. It was already on a switch. There's a light on a switch out here when I first moved in, and I took out the light and I wired these lights into it. So they're on a switch now, which is nice. I didn't have to do the wiring for that. But I actually have an Amazon like storefront linking like some of the common tools that I use, and these lights are on there as well. And I can actually throw up for the last question as well. I can throw together a little list of like beginner tools, stuff that I use on the Amazon storefront, just to have it all in one place. It's like it's nothing I sell necessarily, just stuff that I use. It's basically a list of stuff that I have on there. Another question we got is KLM or Dock Race for Gen 2 top mount. I'm a little biased here. I'm gonna say Dock Race. If you give me 3 reasons what makes the KLM kit $3,000 to $4,000 more than the Dock Race, I'd be more than willing to recommend them more. It doesn't make any sense in my opinion. They're both the same size diameter tubing for the exhaust manifold. They're the same turbo options. They're both 45 millimeter Turbo Smart wastegates that are both with screamer pipes. The KLM kit does not come with a blow-off valve anymore, which was I guess a selling point for some people. The differences between the two, the KLM kit does come with I think it's a vibrant quick clamp on the charge pipe, which is like, if you were really hard pressed about that, you could get that welded up yourself for a few $100 maybe. The kit, I think the clamp is $150, but you could get it actually fabricated onto your charge pipe for not that much more. I'd say $200, $200 to $300 more. You can get that fabricated. What else does a KLM kit come with? I think it comes with a heat shielding for the oil line, and I think the turbo drain line's a little bit better. But overall, you're not looking at a $3,000 to $4,000 difference. You're paying for the name at that point, and not to hate on KLM. KLM makes a good kit, just like Dock Race. As a budget standpoint, though, it doesn't make sense to get the KLM kit. If you want the name, sure, go for it. But if you're budget-minded and you're looking for the best value for your money, Dock Race is where you're at. If I could change one thing about the car, what did I say? If I could change one thing about the car, what would it be? The weight. These cars are so heavy. It doesn't seem like it because they carry their weight really well, and they're pretty quick for what they are, but these are heavy. With me and half a tank of gas, it's over 4,000 pounds. And this is a X-Drive, which doesn't help, but 4,000 pounds is really heavy when you're trying to go quick. It does make a big difference, and a lot of people don't realize how heavy these cars are. So I would change the weight. There's a few things that you can do to get weight down on these. Back seats are already out. I could delete the passenger seat. I'll probably delete not delete the driver's seat. I'll probably replace the driver's seat with like a carbon bucket seat. I would like to do carbon roof. That would probably shave like 150 pounds with the sunroof deleted. Take the carbon roof off the M2 and put it on here. But yeah, weight. Weight makes a big difference. That's one thing that I would change. Favorite mod. I think you guys know it. Yeah. Yep. That's my favorite mod right there. The big ol' 6870 Next Gen. Boy, does it sound good too. As we discussed, a few changes. No longer have the filter on there. Got the branding in the engine bay now. So when I pop the hood at car shows, people are flicking it up, and they can I can get some credit. Went to a few car shows this weekend. Met a few of you guys actually, which was, I don't know, it's kind of surreal still. Like, hey, I watch your videos. Like, really? Me? I don't know. Pretty cool though. I am behind schedule today. I need to go edit this video so I can get it out by tonight. I have a few other things I need to attend to today, so gotta go edit this pretty quickly, get it out. And then next week, I'm gonna try and film the video before the day it's gonna be released, so I'm not scrambling last minute. But I think next week's video is gonna be pretty informative. So tune in for that one, especially if you plan on doing any big turbo upgrades, so you can be aware of this and kind of plan ahead, unlike I did. That's all I got for you guys. Have a good week. I'll see you guys in the next one.